Hello everyone, it's time for another EU News Update, and we have a lot to talk about today. As always, for any merchandise that I mention in this video, there will be links in the description where you can either buy or pre-order them. Without question, the biggest news this month was LegendsCon, the very first convention devoted entirely to the Star Wars Expanded Universe. I made another video going over the event, so if you want to hear me discuss it in more detail, then I'll put a link in the description. Just know that it was a very positive event for the fandom. It was very fun to see everyone and meet the authors. I think everyone thought it was successful, and the staff hinted that they would like to do another one sometime in 2025. Now that it's proven itself, I imagine that event might have even more attendees and even more special guests. Could Lucasfilm see this and finally realize that there are enough EU fans to continue Legends? We'll have to wait and see. The Twin Suns Foundation is currently running a fundraiser to donate Star Wars books to two children's hospitals in Toronto, Canada. The first is the Holland Bloorview Kids Rehabilitation Hospital, and the other is the Sick Kids Hospital Foundation. Their goal is to donate about 40 Star Wars books to each location in a big event around Halloween. The fundraiser is about over, and we really need everyone's help in this. If you are even able to spare a little bit, please help us reach our goal for the sake of these kids. If you want to help, there will be a link in the description where you can donate. Thank you. In book news, the Star Wars Essential Legends Collection Wave 10 has been leaked. The books in this wave will comprise of Imperial Commando 501st, The Adventures of Lando Calrissian, and X-Wing Iron Fist. These books will all be re-released with a new cover in the trade paperback format. It is unknown if any of these re-releases will be accompanied with an unabridged audiobook for the first time. That was a trend in the first few waves of the Essential Collection, but the past few waves did not have one, so it might be unlikely. These books are set to be released on June 4th of 2024. Also on August 31st, the Essential Legends Collection book of Darth Bane Rule of Two was released in Italy. If any of these reprinted books interest you, be sure to check them out. Animator John Celestri, who worked on the Star Wars Holiday Special, is releasing a 64-page trade paperback of the Holiday Special animation script and character sheets package. Containing some of the animation poses from the Holiday Cartoon Special, it is set to be released in November and is now available for pre-order. In merchandise news, we have a few things to go over. The bust of Emperor Palpatine himself from Return of the Jedi is now available for pre-order from Gentle Giant. This detailed half-scale portrait of the man behind the formation of the Empire and the destruction of the Jedi Order measures approximately 10 inches tall and sits atop a Death Star-themed base. Limited to only 1,000 pieces, it comes packaged with a numbered certificate of authenticity in a full-color box. Also being released as a mini-bust is the unhelmeted Darth Vader from Return of the Jedi, also by Gentle Giant. From the closing scenes of Star Wars Return of the Jedi, this 1/6 scale mini-bust depicts Darth Vader with his helmet removed, revealing the scarred face of Anakin Skywalker. Palpatine is set to come out in Q1 of 2024, and Darth Vader is set to come out in Q2 of 2024. On September 22nd, Hasbro held a livestream for Hasbro PulseCon. We already knew about the Starkiller and Stormtrooper figure set, but at Hasbro PulseCon, they revealed that it is now available for pre-order. During his quest to hunt and destroy Jedi, Starkiller allies himself with some unlikely heroes, and makes decisions that will alter his destiny and shape the future of the galaxy. These figures will be available to ship about November 1st. Also revealed at Hasbro PulseCon was the Jedi Knight Revan and HK-47 2-pack in the Vintage Collection. A hunter-killer droid from the Old Republic era, HK-47 is a deadly assassin with a dark sense of humor. And the journey from the dark side back to the light is complete as the legendary Revan finds redemption as a white-robed Jedi Knight. These figures are now available for pre-order and will be released around December. For international release, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and the Stormtrooper will be released as Black Series figures in the Archive Collection. These figures have been out for a while already, but they are now being released outside of the US for casual fans, maybe just starting to collect the figures. Also, if you're looking for the Comic Art Edition figure of Boba Fett, check your local Target, because it might be on clearance. I got this guy for like $10. In video game news, we have a lot to talk about. The original Dark Forces is getting an official remaster from Night Dive Studios, who have previously remastered System Shock and Quake 2, promises 4K, 120 FPS gameplay, modern gamepad support, trophies and achievements, and remastered cutscenes. The remaster is coming soon to PS4 and PS5, Xbox One, X and S, the Nintendo Switch, and Steam on PC, with a release date announcement of later this year. The Star Wars Galaxy's restoration team is doing their part keeping the EU and the original Star Wars MMO alive with their Galactic Civil War Update 1.1. The update features custom planetary control mechanics in place for senior officers with a focus on base busting. Officers now assign themselves regions to defend and are demoted upon losing control of the area. The smuggler has doubled down as a running and gunning profession, with more damage and fewer penalties for being on the move. The Balance Pass also includes increased rewards for smuggler missions. There's a completely reworked combat system with emphasis on locomotion and states. Across from the Vestine Museum, the Humanities Society Menagerie has opened. For an entrance fee, players can now bid on new high-end custom artwork, and there are also over 100 fixes and tweaks, improving base gameplay. If you are interested in playing Galaxies, you should check out Restoration. To celebrate the 20th year anniversary of Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, JK Hub started an anniversary mod contest, where people can submit mods that they made. I think it's a really fun way to just honor this game that people are still playing to this day, and just having fun with lots of creative ways to mod the base game. A class action lawsuit was filed against Aspire Media by Malachi Michelonius, and I am very sorry for mispronouncing your name. He's accusing them of false advertising with the Restored Content Mod DLC being included in the Nintendo Switch port of KOTOR 2. As we all know, Aspire advertised the KOTOR 2 port with the promise of DLC coming a little later after the game's release, only to come back a year later and say, sorry, we're not releasing the DLC. They didn't offer refunds, but they did offer download codes to some of the other Star Wars games on the platform. I am very curious to see how this lawsuit goes. At the very least, I want to see Aspire come out and say why they weren't able to release the DLC, because we still have no answer. Game Update 7.3.1 is now live for Star Wars The Old Republic, along with Galactic Season 5, Confidence in Power. The story progresses through the use of special transmission items that are gained from the seasonal reward track and mission completion, with each subsequent mission item granted as the player progresses through the reward track. As with previous seasons, there will be a free and subscriber track that players can earn rewards from as they complete objectives and progress through Galactic Season 5. Some of the rewards you can earn are the Hijacked Weapon Set, the Imperial Assault Tank, the Imperial Lieutenant Armor, the Emperor's Chosen Armor, the Empire Director Armor, the Armisar Mount, the Themed Weapon Set, and the Lothcat Kitten Pet. An Ahsoka-inspired armor set and lightsabers are now available on the Cartel Market, along with armor set inspired by Grand Admiral Thrawn. Also now available on the Cartel Market, the Corporate Security Weapon Set, Hover Flashlight Weapon Tuning, Mandalorian Beskar Jetpack, Mandalorian Commander Helmet, Heavy Mandalorian Helmet, Armorsmith Helmet, and an Ancient Stargazer Decoration Bundle, which includes 2 stacked stone fire pit, 2 brazier on stone, 1 celestial event observatory, 2 shepherd's cooking pot, 1 shepherd's hut, 4 field boulders, 6 medium field rock, 8 small field rock, and 2 small stone altars. If you are not already subscribed to SWTOR, you can get the Join the Fight bundle, which includes 60 days of subscription time, 2,400 cartel coins, and the Kaynor Co. B5C mount. That's about everything for EU news. But as for Disney, the current owner of Lucasfilm, it's always bad news. Of course, the stock continues to decline more and more due to a string of box office bombs like Indiana Jones or Haunted Mansion, as well as losing money with their streaming service. And to combat this, Disney raised prices on Disney Plus but that just made people want to cancel their subscription altogether. And the stock dipped even lower when Disney said they plan to double their spending on the parks over the next 10 years. Something tells me that those ticket prices are gonna shoot up like crazy. CEOs Bob Iger and Bob Chapek apparently are fighting each other like kids on a playground over some real petty bullshit. Oh, and of course, the Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel is finally coming to an end, and good riddance. My advice to Disney: if a fan-run convention about Star Wars Legends gets more attendees than your official Star Wars hotel, then it might be time to rethink your strategy. But what do you all think? Let me know in the comments below.